Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. It's Let It Rip Friday.
Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell, 54-year-old elite obstacle racer, award-winning fitness competitor, gym owner, and author. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat podcast, where we will approach the difficult topics of life, interview inspiring guests, and bring empowerment to all. This community is a place where we can be who we are instead of who others want us to be. Let's get started.
And now, a word from our sponsors, Essential Formulas.
Believe it or not, weight management is more than simply calories in versus calories out. To achieve your ideal weight, your digestive system must function effectively. I'm Dr. Fred Pescatori, author of The Hamptons Diet and science advisor for Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics. Research has found that there are regulating factors that control absorption of calories and whether they are stored as fat. One of the most significant influences in our ability to keep fat off is having the proper amounts of beneficial bacteria in our GI tracts. These friendly bacteria help in regulating blood sugar and normalizing our appetite. I recommend taking Dr. Ohhira's Probiotics every day due to its carefully selected strains of live beneficial bacteria that work synergistically to maximize health, increase energy through better absorption of nutrients, and help with weight management. I believe that Dr. Ohhira's probiotic is the most powerful and effective probiotic available today. Discover the Dr. Ohhira difference.
Dr. Ohhira's probiotics are available at Vitamin Shoppe, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and other fine health food stores nationwide.
Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and write a quick review. This helps the Sisterhood of Sweat get noticed on iTunes. And I truly appreciate your support so much. We have been consistently hitting top 100 and top 50 for the last 6 months. If you want to help get my message out even more and impact more people's lives all over the globe, please post a picture of my show and tag me at Sisterhood of Sweat on any social media platform. It would mean the world to me. It is my goal to create a like-minded community of women who build each other up to create huge wins in their businesses, relationships, and life. Every Wednesday and Friday, I will be dropping a new show to ignite your life, fuel your passion, and give you the courage and confidence to go after what you want unapologetically. What if all of the things you're doing now would keep you from walking into the new great version of yourself? And I'm working from that kind of backwards. I just had a realization today. It kind of made me get a little choked up, a little teary. Remembering when I completely blew my hamstring and I didn't realize that was going to be the first of many serious injuries. And I felt so broken, like a less confident version of myself. I didn't think I was going to be able to meet anyone. Like, it was like life is over. I can't compete. I can't do all these fitness things that I love to do, races and all the things. And I just felt like I'm never going to meet anyone again. You just feel like it's just over for you, like as an athlete. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to meet anyone. I'm never going to be able to do anything. Just feeling like this broken version of myself. And nothing could be farther from the truth when I look back at everyone I met. I should have said that before because it almost caused me to meet everyone I've ever wanted to meet. And I'll go down that list here in a second. But I thought it was just like such a story I was telling myself that wasn't even close to being remotely true. And isn't that the case about the stories we tell ourselves? Like, I remember another time when I was wanting to leave a bad situation behind and I was like afraid I'm going to be old and I'm going to be alone. And my friend kind of made fun of me and started laughing. like she had a cane or something, and oh, I'm so old. And then she pointed up at my picture where I was doing like a one-arm planche with my whole body in the air, and I think I was like probably 56 in that picture, and made me realize how stupid what I was saying actually was. But it's like these things that keep us stuck and scared, afraid, alone, and lonely. And we're stuck in these stories. But the real thing is we think they're true. And they could almost be true if we believe them hard enough. And so I think, ask yourself today, what is a story I'm telling myself that is keeping me stuck from living the biggest, boldest version of myself that isn't even true? And test that out. Test that out and ask yourself some questions today. Because when I look back and I see all that has happened because I tore my hamstring, it happened for me, not to me. I realized I wouldn't have met all of those people. I wouldn't have been going slow enough, first of all. I wouldn't have slowed down. I wouldn't have taken on some of the things I did. I would have never accomplished half of the dreams if I wouldn't have had my injury. So in a way, hard to say for an athlete, my injuries, they were a blessing. And the belief I had that I was never going to meet anybody again, I was never going to be able to accomplish my dreams, I was never going to be able to do anything again, were all coming from a broken place. And not realizing that sometimes it's in the broken, it's in the surrender, it's in the happy accident, I don't know if I want to say that we accomplish the most. As I look back at all of the things in the pictures over the period of time from when I tore my hamstring, which was the first injury, and had to have it reattached, to now, I literally felt like if I just said the title of the book was, I thought I could never meet anyone again or do anything, accomplish anything again, and just showed the pictures, that would be my book without words. And how many times in life do we just think our story is over, or because we're in a situation that isn't the best, we think that we're never going to amount to anything, and we're going to be nothing, and we're never going to matter, and we're not going to be able to accomplish our dreams. And it isn't even true. It's not even remotely true. And also, I just want to add an addition that after I got up from all of the injuries, the hamstring that I had to have reattached to the pelvis, the other hamstring being kind of torn, not to that degree though, and then fully ripping my adductor bundle, which is your groin, from the pelvis as well. Then the pandemic hit, and that's still continuing. And how many of us have felt like our dreams couldn't be accomplished because of our situation and our circumstances and what is going on in the world? In fact, what does it do? It almost puts you in survival mode versus thrival mode, right? And that is something, if you really think about it, yes, we want to survive, but it's a good day when I didn't listen to the forecast of what's going on out there. If I just didn't listen to the gloom and doom and all of the things, and I just focused on my energy, protecting that, my health, and nourishing that, my energy, and fortifying that, I would be able to still accomplish my dreams in the middle of chaos, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of a pandemic, there are people that are recognizing their biggest, boldest dreams right now. Right now. And so, how can we do that? When we think all is lost, we think all is gone, we think we're never going to be able to reach our dreams, well, change your thinking. It's stinking thinking when we are thinking all of these things. But it's human, right? It's very human to be afraid when things don't look good. And I turn my answer to the Lord. I look from above, and my blessings come from Him, and He blesses us in the midst of our circumstances. And in the middle of the desert, He provides water if you need it. And back in the day in the Old Testament, I'm not trying to give you a Bible lesson or anything, but when His people were hungry, He sent manna from above, and, Moses struck a rock and water came out of it. And I just believe in miracles, and I have faith, and I look for them to show up with expectation. And it's also in the things we do, the words we speak. Don't be like going around saying, you're never going to be able to do this, you're never going to be able to do that, and being down upon yourself. I think focus on what you can do, who you really are at your core, because you are not a broken knee. You are not a broken hamstring. You are not what has happened to you. You are a survivor. Yes, we can be a victim. We don't have to live as a victim, though. So if something has happened to you in your life where you feel victimized and you feel broken, just know you don't have to live broken. You don't have to live as a victim, and that there is more for you out there. This is Domestic Violence Month, and if you listen to any of my story, you know that I am a domestic violence survivor, but I am not just a survivor, I'm a thriver. And when you turn the page and realize your story can change, everything will change for you. And I remember when I had left the ex and I was striking out on my own, and I couldn't, I had a credit card bill. I think it was like $500, guys. And I was taking care of two small children on my own. And I remember that credit card seemed insurmountable. Like, how am I going to be able to pay this off? And I remember, wanting to have a place on my own, and just, it seemed so far away from where I was at that moment. And my brother said to me, he looked at my account and what I had built up, what I was paying down, and he said, "You're making great strides." He said, "Just keep on, keep on going. You're going to be able to do this." I did not realize that I would look back on that story so many times, because it wasn't long after that I was buying my first condominium by myself. My first car, my condominium, just the list is endless. And looking back at where I was to where I am, I have really changed my story, guys, and you can too. I am no longer a victim, and I empower others. I help empower other women, because just living your story and becoming an example speaks to everyone around you. And you've been through those things, so your story can help other people. So don't stand back thinking you can't do anything or that your story doesn't matter. I have went from being in that position to where I am today, and that is an author a award-winning fitness competitor, a podcaster, a mother of 3 college graduates, and I went to college myself, a business owner of a brick and mortar store, which I am very proud of. It is my dream place for women to come and get empowered from the inside out. I am no longer worried about paying off a $500 credit card bill. I'm debt free. So I just feel like I'm speaking to somebody out there that just really needs to hear this message. You're not what has happened to you. You are not stuck in those circumstances. You can change your story. Just start putting one foot in front of the other and taking steps, and one day you're going to look back like I am today, and you are going to be blown away by your own story. You're going to be blown away by your own story. So if you are out there today and you are struggling, just know that you are not going to be old and alone. No, this is something you're saying to yourself. You're not stuck with debt. You're not stuck being overweight. You can totally change your story. It all starts with the first decision to take action. And then just keep on taking action, because that's going to build your confidence muscle. And the more that you build your confidence muscle, you are going to be blown away by who you really are, because you aren't really the things that are happening to you. You are the person you were when you were young and you were full of dreams. So I don't know who I'm speaking to today, but I hope that this helped somebody out there, and just realize that your mess is your message.
And I hope that all of our listeners have enjoyed this podcast. And if you guys have really enjoyed this, please review us in iTunes, and also share this episode with your friends and your loved ones. Thanks again for listening to the Sisterhood of Sweat.